All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another day in Mr. Frost's online math class. Today, we're on lesson 12.6. I think this is maybe note card 78 or 79, not entirely sure, but I know it's lesson 12.6. It's going to be graphing inequalities with two variables, okay? So, let's just look at our very first example. We still treat this as an inequality. We just have two variables. It says y is greater than x plus 3. What you should notice is this is very similar to the y equals mx plus b format, okay? Just instead of having an equal sign, we have an inequality. We still have a slope. We still have a y-intercept, a b value. So you're going to graph the line using m and b, all right? If you have no dash, such as these two right here, if you have no dash with your inequalities, you use a dotted line. If you have a dash underneath, you use a solid line. If y is less than or equal to, you shade below the line. If y is greater than or equal to, you shade above the line. The shading is equivalent to us drawing an arrow on the number line as we did with our last test. That shaded portion tells you where the solution for y possibly could be found. So our first example says y is greater than x plus 3. It's not written, but we know that when we have y is greater than x plus 3, I know there's really a 1 right here. It's just not written. So my slope, my m is 1, my b value is 3. Remember, b is the same thing as your y-intercept. It tells you where your graph crosses the y-axis. This is my y-axis right here. This is my x-axis. So to find where I start my graph, I always start at the origin. B, remember, b was 3. So my starting point is 0, 3. All right, so I go up 1, 2, 3. That's my starting point. To find your next point on the line, you use the slope. Remember, your slope was 1. If I have a m of 1, really I have 1 over 1. Every slope is written over 1. That's vertical motion over horizontal motion. So to find my next point, I simply use the slope, okay? I use the slope to tell me I go up 1 over 1. And that's my next point right there. All right? Likewise, if I want to go the opposite direction on the line, rather than going up 1 over 1, watch here, guys, you simply go down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1. All those points are on the line. And you could do the same thing going the other way. You could just keep going up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. And all of those points would, again, be on the line. They're just off our graph, okay? All right, then it comes time to graph the line. Once you have 2 points, you can start graphing the line. Since there was no dash, you use a dotted line. So that's why this is a dotted or a dashed line. All right. My equation says y is greater than. So if it's greater than, you simply shade above the line. Okay. So now we're going to do some whiteboard practice problems with that knowledge. We're going to start with this one right here. This one says y is less than or equal to x plus 1. So remember, it's the same thing as y equals mx plus b. We're just having an inequality instead of an equal sign. So my m equals 1. My b value also equals 1. So when I go to graph this, all right, I always start at my b value. My b value is where my graph crosses the y-axis. There's my y-axis, there's my x-axis. So let's see here. My b value, actually I'll stick with the purple for 1 second. My b value is 0, 1. So I'm going to go, not moving left or right, I'm just going up 1. There's that point. And then I use my slope to find the next point. And let me put some dashes on our graph here. From my b value, I look to my slope, and that tells me how to get my second point. So I'm going to go up 1 over 1. From b, up 1 over 1. And that should be my second point right there, okay? And I knew to go up 1 over 1 because m was 1 over 1. It's always vertical motion over horizontal motion. So we went up 1 over 1 from the starting point. Now we have to graph the line. All right, I have a dash underneath my inequality sign. So that means I have, well, it'll just have to do, okay? That means I have a solid line. Sorry I didn't quite hit that perfectly. That's a little better right there. You have a solid line. It says y is less than. The inequality sign is opening up towards the stuff over here, okay? It's opening up towards this stuff, which means that y is less than. If y is less than, we shade below, just like this, okay? That's all there is to it. Let's do another one, all right? Y is greater than or equal to 2x plus 1, all right? You work it, and now I'm back, okay? So, m, you should have said, was positive 2 over 1. B equals 1. All right? Remember, every slope can always be written over 1. Let me draw a little graph here. Y-axis, x-axis. Let's just do like 3 here. 1, 2, 3 here. 1, 2, 3 here. All right. B, it's 1, so I go up 1 on the y-axis. There's my starting point. My next point is going to be up 2 over 1. So let's change the ink. We're going to go up 2, up 1, up 2, over 1. And my next point should be right there. Up 2 over 1. Okay? Let's see. There is a solid line. Y is greater than or equal to. That was a little better. Greater to or equal to. So that's what the line should look like. And y is greater than, so we shade above our line. All right? It's pretty simple. Let's try another one now. Y is less than negative 2/3 x plus 2. All right? From this, I know that my m value is negative 2 over 3. My b value is positive 2. All right, so on my graph, here's my graph, y-axis, x-axis. B value, positive 2. So I go up 2 on the y-axis. Here's my starting point. And then I use my slope to find my next point. Down 2 over 3. Let's do that, all right? Down 2 over 3. So from here I go down once, go down twice, and then I go over 1, 2, 3 times. Over 1, 2, 3. All right? Watch that again if you didn't quite catch it. So there's my next point right there. I went from my b value, starting at 0, 2, I went down 1, 2 times, then over 1, 2, 3 times. All right? Y is less than. There is no dash underneath this, so this is going to be that type of line. And I know that's really, really bad, poorly drawn, but you get the idea, all right? There's the dash line. Y is less than. If y is less than, we shade below the line, all right? Let's do another one here. How about something like this one? All right, we have 2y plus 5x is less than 6. Now, you know that you're supposed to be in y equals mx plus b format. So you need to solve for that. I need y by itself. So first thing, minus 5x minus 5x. That gives me 2y is less than negative 5x plus 6. I need to get y by itself now. To get y by itself, divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. Divide every single term by 2, just like our other problems. Y is now less than negative 5 over 2x plus 6 divided by 2 plus 3. Now you have your final equation. Now you've determined your slope. M equals negative 5 over 2. Then your b value, which is your y-intercept, positive 3. All right, there's all there is to that. Then you graph it. Positive 3 means on the y-axis, I go up 1, 2, 3. There's my starting point. My slope tells me how to find my next point. My next point is down 5 over 2. Down, let's change the ink here. Down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 5. Down 5 over 1, 2. So we went down 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over 1, 2. So my next point should be right here. Down 5 over 2. Let's see here. That has no dash underneath it, which means that my slope is a dotted line, all right? My line is a dotted line. Oops. Dotted line because there is no dash underneath that inequality. It says y is less than. If y is less than, you graph below your line. There you go. All right. That's all there is to it, guys. Let's try one more. How about this one? What if I have 2 times 3x minus y greater than 6? Just like any other problem, we're trying to get into y equals mx plus b format. So first thing, I need to distribute what's outside to what's inside. 2 times 3x, 6x. 2 times negative y minus 2y greater than 6. Now you solve for y. So I have to move the 6x. This is a positive 6x, so I do minus 6x minus 6x. Don't forget, bring that negative with you, so negative 2y greater than 6x plus 6. Just like the previous problem, you have to get y by itself. The way to get y by itself, opposite operation. Divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2. So y is greater than negative 6x divided by negative 2, positive 3x minus 3. Oh, wait a minute. I made a little mistake here. Maybe some of y'all caught it. If you divide by a negative or you multiply by a negative, the direction of your inequality sign flips. My bad. I forgot that little rule. So don't forget that. If you divide or multiply by a negative, direction of your inequality sign flips. So it's really y is less than 3x minus 3, which means m, term associated with x, 3 over 1, b, negative 3. So we have a negative starting point now. All that means if I have a negative starting point is that on the graph, there's x, there's y. On the graph, instead of going up 3, I'm going to go down 1, 2, 3. There's my starting point right there. And my slope tells me how to move next. All right, I'm going to move up 3 over 1. So let's change that ink. I'm going to move up 1, 2, 3 over 1. Okay, so my next point on my line is right there, up 3 over 1. Y is less than, it has no dash, so my line, therefore, is going to be a dotted line. And there it is right there. Final equation, y is less than 3x minus 3. If it's less than, we shade below the line. So the shading should be down here, below the line. All right, guys, that's all there is to that. Your homework for this lesson is going to be page 658, numbers 1 through 6, and 8 through 12. All right, I miss seeing you guys. Miss talking to y'all. We are going to have a quiz coming up, and I believe it's going to be on Monday. More to come on that, though. I'll give y'all more information about that, and I'll let you know exactly what that is going to be over. Well, actually, I can just tell you right now. The quiz is going to be over the slope-intercept review packet. So I'll remind you about that again in future lessons, and I'll probably send an email out about that. But yeah, quiz on Monday over slope-intercept review packet. It's the exact same packet, looks the exact same as the previous packet. All right, if you have questions, feel free to email me or ask me. Otherwise, I'll talk to you later.